Hey everybody, thank you for coming back to our channel to see our vlog for the next, I guess, character and the next pivotal moment we're going to talk about in our book. We apologize that it's been a little minute. We've just honestly, life has happened. We're very proud of our son and his little family for getting in their new house. We've just been real busy trying to get them done that, and our first grandchild, our grandson, had his first 1 year birthday, and so we that just kept us really busy. So we're glad to be back in it and to do this vlog, and I'll turn it over to the editor here.
So today our character is Officer Buck, and so he is on this page right here. You can see Officer Buck. And so we're going to just start out with who this character is inspired by.
So, my Aunt Beverly had married Tim Buchanan, which at that time was Officer Buchanan, and he then worked his way up through the ranks to become the assistant uh, police chief of the department here in town, here close to us.
In Centerville.
In Centerville, right? And he was I've always said from the get go that Berl is going to be a story about a young man that the key focus on him and his family is to love one another, to love others, to be kind to others. And honestly, the book had been written for a while, and it was actually um, his it was Buck's. That's what we called him. Tim Buchanan's his name was Buck. It was his death that kind of inspired the really motivated to get this book going, because he really was just the epitome of that love one another. I mean, he just there was a hashtag after he died of "Be Like Buck," and it was because he was just the true symbol of being a servant, a true servant leader, and loving others. I always tell people the example: if you're a police officer and you get killed, and at your funeral there is a line of people to come see you, and a lot of them are wearing orange jumpsuits from the local jail. Uh, that says a lot about your character.
Yeah. He was very well respected. Everybody in the community knew him. They loved him. You knew that he made you laugh in some way. He was notorious. The phrase in the book where it says "you dropped your pocket," that was a notorious joke that Buck said to everybody. Everybody knew it. He also liked to say "gotcha" and hold his hand out, and so he would do that to everybody. And so those we'll see those cute little things that we all love and remember about Buck play out some through the book as Burl learns more about his new town and he develops these relationships.
Yeah, and he really was. It was, there's the terminology of community policing, which is an officer that really gets out there and is, while he's on duty, he's going to local businesses, he's going to public places and schools,
people, talking to people,
and he's just talking. Police presence is there. He's just building those relationships, and he was the absolute best, second to none at doing that. And he really did just I mean, it was amazing. We were family, and so it was easy to understand why we loved him, because he was part of our family. But to see this outpouring of love and affection from this entire community and beyond, when he passed away, was just very touching.
You thought he was special to us, but we didn't realize how special he was to everybody else.
It was crazy. I mean, it just the amount of love and admiration that everyone had for Buck was just awe-inspiring. It really was.
Yeah. And so that's why the back of the book says dedicated to the memory of Assistant Chief Timothy Buck Buchanan. And it's got the hashtag Be Like Buck on the last page of the book. So
yeah, and
that's why that's in there.
Yeah, he really was the catalyst. The book was written, and we were still trying to find an illustrator. We was working with Joe, our son-in-law at the time, as a graphic designer.
It was rough drafted.
He was rough drafting. It was working, and but it wasn't. It just there was no, for me. I'll just be honest. It was, I was getting kind of lazy with it. I just thought, there's, why should we do this, or why should we try to push it forward? It probably really ain't going to do anything. But when he died, when that man passed away, and you just seen all the love and the outpouring of hope and stuff that he gave, it was like, you know what, the community needs this, the world needs this, especially right now.
The kids need this. Okay, so our next our question that we want to answer are some characteristics that we see right off the bat about Buck, and I wanted to actually just bring the book up so that we could talk about some characteristics that you see right off the bat that where this character kind of depicts some of the things that we loved about Buck, and that is he's got some little funny glasses in his pocket, which was kind of a thing for Tim. And then he's got one horn that is shorter than the other one, and that's just because
Just of his goofiness.
he's just so silly,
He just
and
loved
we
to
just
be
wanted
silly.
to bring that out in him a little bit. And
you can see too, you know, when they first met him, he's just leaned up against a light pole.
he's just there in the
He's
community.
just chilling. He's because he is the community. Is such a part and a fixture of the community. I mean, it was just the way we had to start that.
Yeah.
Going to leave the house because Berl was upset. His mom was just trying to get his mind off of it by trying to find stuff to do, and so it was a moment that they really needed that.
And it says in the book, Berl and his mama both started laughing.
Right.
Like how good it feels to laugh when you're not having a good day or a sad day, and Buck in the book and in real life would have done that.
Oh, 100%.
But in the book provided them that joy.
Yeah, and just flip that script just in those few seconds, which is what he did so often in life.
Yeah.
Was just flip the script from being sad or your day's not going right or whatever to laughing until your stomach hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll see a spot where Berl tries to use the drop your pocket phrase on Wade at the park, but Wade had heard that one before. So we'll go further into detail. You'll see actually in the next book the relationship between Wade and Officer Buck and that family, and
again he was just loved by so many.
Yeah, and you'll understand that a lot more. So we'll definitely get more into that. And so and as far as the pivotal moment, we had already kind of discussed it because you can't talk about one without the other. You have to understand Buck's character to understand why the pivotal moment was so important. And because if you ever met anyone in your life that just, no matter what the situation made you feel at ease.
Right. And he was one of those people, and and again, this pivotal moment that changes the course of their day, that goes from happy or from sad to happy and meeting a new friend and meeting several new people in town, hinges on knowing Buck's character, that he would have taken that initiative to reach out to those new people and just make them laugh. He didn't push any ideologies down them. He didn't push any agendas, religion, anything. He just made them laugh and just loved them like Jesus would have loved them.
And that's the important part, is showing that love of Jesus, and which is one of the things that we're trying to do through Berl's stories, is showing the love of Jesus to help kids understand that that's it's going to take to be able to make it through the division and stuff that this world is facing right now, is loving others like Jesus told us to do in Scripture. So that was that pivotal moment, and that character, who is a very important character to us, and we look forward to exploring that more and seeing him a lot more in future books.
And I know I've said this before, but when Jim wrote this children's book, he didn't just write a book. He didn't just put words on paper. These characters have so much depth and so much meaning, and we just hope that you will love them as much as we do. And even if you didn't know Officer Buck, you know somebody like him that just puts you at ease and just shows everybody Jesus through laughter, kindness. And so that's what we're trying to connect with the audience and the readers, right?
So we'll definitely move on, and we will try to get another vlog out to you guys within the next, it won't be long, probably the next 2 or 3 weeks. Again, we just had so much going on, it was hard to get one out at the end of last month. So we do want to, we're excited. A couple of weeks ago we had a book signing at the library, and we had some people show up, and we said that we would draw names of the ones that came to see who gets the first signed copy of the second book
Yeah,
when
it'll
it
be the
comes out.
first copy. Like, it'll be before we get a copy, you'll get the first copy. So we're going to draw that name right
Yeah,
now.
and we do want to thank all those that came. That was awesome and very sweet.
Okay, so I'm not going to look. Drum roll. Chloe.
Little Chloe Neely. She is going to get the first signed copy.
So
I know. I can't wait to
it makes me want to cry.
tell her mama. So we will definitely get a hold of them, and we want to thank Miss Chloe and Barry for bringing her out there. That was awesome.
She was very excited.
She was excited. It was. We had a lot of fun with Chloe. So we're glad that she won that. So make sure that you go to berlsqueever.com for anything that you need related to the book. That's where you can buy it. Remember to like and subscribe
on YouTube.
On YouTube.
And follow us on Facebook
and Instagram. Make sure if you have bought a book, I want to say, and you really enjoyed it, please go on to Amazon and Barnes & Noble and send us a review it.
Yes.
Because that really helps us in their algorithm thing.
And it's also available in the Hemi County Public Library to check out. If you can't buy a book, check it out at the library. It's available at the elementary school library. It's about to be available in the East Hickman Middle School Library.
Yep. Intermediate school
Library. Yep. Jim's going there tomorrow to speak.
Which by the time y'all see this, it'll be after I had went there. But special thanks to Michelle Lambert for setting that up for Career Day. So I'm going to get to go and talk to the kids about that.
He's getting to speak at the Centerville Elementary School summer program. So we're getting to push 130 books out to those kids, which is amazing opportunity. And then we have an upcoming event at the library in Lewis County in June. So there'll be a book there to check out after that event as well. So it's getting out there. Yep. Book number 2 is coming down the pipe, and we just ask for your prayers.
Yes, please help us pray. You know, the prayer needs to be just to make sure that it gets into the hands of kids that need it. You know, and let God's will be done.
Yep.
But,
all right.
So we thank y'all so much for sticking with us, and we love y'all. God bless.
God bless.
Stay safe.